Even the broken is blessed. What do I mean? The Bible talks about how King David wanted to bless Jonathan for his covenant. And Mephibosheth was part of the servanthood, mother's serving. And he broke both of his legs. And so he was crippled. And so David planted a blessing. He placed a blessing into Mephibosheth's life on behalf of his covenant that he kept with Jonathan. Sometimes, even in our broken places, we can be blessed anyway. Don't let your broken place detour you from thinking that God won't bless you. God blesses even the broken at heart, the broken at spirit, the broken at mind. There is a blessing even in your brokenness. Don't let your broken place stop you from being in the blessed place of God. You are truly, truly a blessing beyond measure. You are a blessing beyond your condition. You are a blessing beyond what God has placed in your life, where you are in your life, your current condition. Your current condition cannot determine your final outcome. Your final outcome has already been predetermined. Everything in the beginning, everything in the ending. And God oversees the middle. He's called you from the womb, and He's the author and finisher of your faith. All that we go through, all that we experience, all that we encounter, all that we deal with in our broken places, in our broken conditions, are all just a part of God's perfect setup for His glory. He blessed the broken and the contrite heart. Why do I say that? Because He says He is near to those. And whenever God is near, there's always a blessing in place. There's always something for the antidote. He told Moses this when he was telling him to go to Pharaoh, and Moses said, "Who shall I say sent me?" And God said, "Just tell him that I am. I am that I am." That's all that God needed to say. And He said that in that I am, that Pharaoh would know exactly who God was. That's the power of who God is. God doesn't need to pass out a card. He doesn't need to pass out. He doesn't need to pass out, do an advertisement. He doesn't need to make a broadcast when He shows up in the room. But God is so powerful that when He shows up in the room, that we automatically know who He is. Even if you've never ever seen God before, even if you never heard of God before, God is just that kind of powerful that He can make His name known from the unknown. He can make Himself seen from the blind. He can make Himself heard from the deaf. He can make Himself spoken from the mute. Because God is just that powerful. Even in our broken place, even in your despair, even in your discomfort, you too are a Mephibosheth, because you've been dropped and you've been broken and you've been disabled. You haven't been able to lift your hands always. You haven't been able to cry out always. You haven't been able to always declare the things of God. But God remembers His vow. He remembers His words. He remembers His covenant that He has with you on what His Son died on the cross for. He so loved the world that He gave His Son. Whosoever should not believe in Him should not perish, but have everlasting life. There is a blessing in brokenness. We just got to know that our condition ain't our outcome. It's just a part of the income of our lives. Don't let what's coming into your life determine your outcome for your life, because your outcome is already settled in heaven. God has already called you blessed, and He said you are blessed beyond measure. All you have to do is walk out your condition. All you have to do is walk out your situation. All you have to do is walk out the situation that God has placed before you, and know that your broken place can still be your blessed place. It's a blessing even in brokenness, if we learn how to know that God is with us and He never leave us, nor will He forsake us. He'll be with us to the ends of the earth. I thank God for even in my broken place, that He still made it a blessed place. Don't be discouraged. Don't doubt, and don't fear. And don't think that God has not forgotten you, because you too are blessed, even in your brokenness. Have an awesome day.